Hello. There are three types of interviews: structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. Today we'll be talking about semi-structured. To start a good semi-structured interview, the interviewer needs to have taken the time to prepare some standard questions, and perhaps some questions that can lead into side discussions. It would also be wise to overlook the resume and of a potential employee on hand during the interview. Not only should the interviewer prepare, but the interviewee should also prepare. This could be as simple as practicing a mock interview or inquiring information on the company. A good interview is the best way to find the right candidate for a job. By asking more indirect questions, the interviewer will feel more comfortable and the interview will go more smoothly. Here's an example of how to do that.
How we doing? I'm Mitch Morris from the athletic department. How we doing?
I'm Michael. I'm here for an interview.
Yeah, come sit down. They expected me.
Thank you.
Thank you, of course. Was it too hard to find our office?
No. Your secretary led me right to it.
Yeah, she's
found it pretty easy.
So how's the weather outside? Is it that too bad of a commute?
No, it's really a pretty nice day out still.
You know, I read today it was supposed to rain. Is this raining yet?
No, it's getting cloudy, but so it may this afternoon.
Good. Well, you know what? I'm glad you're here. Glad to see what you can bring to the table. I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to let me come in and tell you some things about myself, because I really feel that I can fulfill the duties of this job.
We have set the mood for a productive interview. We will show the beginning processes of figuring out the details of the interviewee by asking generalized questions on their background to get a feel on how they might fit in the company. This is how we want the interview to be like.
You know, so now we're just going to jump right into it. So what I want you to do is I want you to feel free and tell me anything about yourself. You know, where you're from, where you went to college, if you played ball anywhere, anything you want to tell me, I'm free to.
All right. Well, I actually grew up in Kansas City. It's where I was born and raised. After high school, I went to college and I played football at Missouri State. I was a wide receiver there. I was a 3-year letter winner.
Okay.
I even made all conference my senior year, so I'm
very impressive.
I graduated last May. I'm 23 years old. I just recently got married, and I've got a little girl on the way. I really look forward to starting my training career here at Mizzou. I feel that Mizzou is a great place for me, so any spot that would open up, I would be more than happy to take.
Asking the right questions in the interview is really important because there are potential questions that are illegal. This clip will show how not to start finding information about the interviewee.
All right, so now we're just going to dive into some questions, and I need you to be upfront and forward with them. Don't deviate from the path that I've been asking you.
Yes,
all right. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. How old are you?
I'm actually 23 years old.
Perfect. Okay, nothing else. Do you have any wife and kids?
Yeah, I'm actually a newlywed, and I do have a little girl on the way.
Congratulations. All right, a couple more questions. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Just wanted to know. And one more. What's your religious belief? What church and denomination do you belong to?
Well, sir, I kind of feel a little uncomfortable asking or being asked questions, that are so personal. Is there any way that we could get back to questions that are a little less personal, maybe pertain a little bit more towards the quality for the job, whether I could be hired?
As an interviewer, you have to avoid questions like asking age, religion, citizenship, and etc. Knowing this information can be tempting, but it can lead to legal issues that can damage a company. An interviewee who isn't hired could use any of the previously stated as an excuse for not being hired. Therefore, play it safe and do not ask questions concerning the protected classes. Here are some examples pertaining good questions to ask the heart of an interview.
Well, I'm not going to lie with you. This job has some very stressful hours. During the football season, you're in here pretty much from the crack of dawn until late at night.
Okay.
It's incredibly busy. It's incredibly hectic. It's high stress. Are you going to be able to do that and work those hours?
Yeah. I mean, for the next few months, that will be no problem at all. The only thing is when my wife has her little girl, there might be some times, you know, if I could get a day off here and there, you know, just to help out, would that be okay?
You know, I'm really glad you came up front with me on that question. You know, it's something I'd like to know now, and you know what, when the time comes, we'll deal with it then, but it's nothing to worry about right now.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're very well.
Now here's an example of what not to do.
All right, so I'm gonna be up in front with you. You know, this job has incredibly busy hours, from sun up to sundown, over 40 plus hours a week. You're gonna be working incredible long hours in football season and weight room days. Does this pose a problem for you at all?
No, for the next few months there would be no problem whatsoever. Like I said, my wife is expecting, you know, a little girl here, and so I may need some time off, you know, a couple days here and there off, you know, just to help out, you know, when she's going into labor and with helping out with the little girl. Would that be okay?
Honest to goodness, this could pose a problem. You know, on busy weight room days when we need all the strength staff we can get in a busy football season, I might not be able to let you go. Honest to goodness, without, you know, if you do leave, you'd have to face the consequences.
Okay, okay.
Now to close an interview, the interviewer needs to let the interviewee know how they will go about letting them know if they are offered the job.
Well, before you came in here, I've been looking at your personal file, and you know the credentials you told me. I've matched them up with the credentials on your file, and you know what, we feel like you have the past experience and the ability to be very qualified for this job.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
So here's the thing: we'd love for you to be part of our new strength staff here at the University of Missouri. You know, we have 502 student athletes here and two huge weight rooms that we need to staff up, and I feel like you'd have the ability to do that.
Well, yes, I mean, I would love to work here. I really appreciate that opportunity that you're giving me. I feel that, you know, the University of Missouri has one of the best facilities, and so I really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, thank you for coming in again. We're going to call you here in the next couple of days to give you some more information. All right,
I really appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, of course.
Now, this next example will show what will be done for someone who will more likely not be hired.
Well, sir, I really do appreciate you coming in today. It's been a great honor to meet you. I have more applicants and to interview here in this next week, but you know, until next Friday, I have to do that. So I'll shoot you an email then if you get the job, and if I don't, you know, that's just how the way it goes. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, thanks again for taking the time out, you know, out of your morning here to hear what I have to offer, and I'll be looking forward to hopefully hearing from you next Friday then.
Of course, of course. It's a great pleasure. You take care on your way out, all right?
All right, thank you, sir. You have a good day too.
Of course.